My phone rang as the end of a long and demanding workday drew close. I glanced down at the caller and noticed Emma's name flashing on the screen. It was strange. She rarely called me at work. Even though I was overwhelmed with deadlines, I answered, hoping she was just checking in or wanted to chat like we used to. But something wasn't right. The warmth in her voice was gone. Instead, there was a chilling steadiness that sent a shiver down my spine. "David," she said, her tone unnervingly calm. My heart skipped a beat. "I feel that it's time for us to stop this. I want a divorce." I froze. For a moment, I struggled to process what she had just said. Divorce? It made no sense. Sure, we had our ups and downs, but nothing that severe. Nothing that would justify this. I stumbled over my words, my mind racing to understand. "Why, Emma? What's going on?" Her voice remained detached, emotionless. "I've given this a lot of thought," she said. "I just don't want to be with you anymore. It's over." Her words hit me like a ton of bricks. Shock, confusion. Where was this coming from? "Emma, we need to talk about this." But she cut me off. "I don't want to discuss it. If you have any questions, talk to my lawyer." Then the line went dead. I stood there staring at my phone, trying to grasp what had just happened. The word divorce echoed in my mind. I never saw it coming. I thought we were fine. I thought everything was fine. But now, I was left clutching the shattered pieces of a marriage I believed in. I wanted to break down, to let the weight of it consume me, but I couldn't. Not yet. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to stay composed. I needed answers. I needed to understand why. The drive home felt surreal, like I was watching my life unravel from the outside. The streets were the same. The city moved at its usual pace, unaware that my entire world had just fallen apart. My hands trembled on the steering wheel as I pulled into the driveway. For a moment, I just sat there, clutching the wheel, trying to steady myself. The house felt empty. Everything was still in place. Her belongings, our furniture, even the lingering scent of her perfume. But something was missing. The warmth, the life, the sense of home. I moved through the motions on autopilot, my mind stuck in that last conversation. I sat down on the couch, staring at the photos on the wall. Our wedding picture. A candid shot of us laughing. A vacation photo from Italy. Had it all been a lie? I ran a hand through my hair, exhaling sharply. What went wrong? Why hadn't she talked to me? I thought about calling her again, demanding answers. But I knew she wouldn't pick up. She had decided. This wasn't a discussion. It was a statement. Had I missed the signs? Had she been planning this for weeks? Months? I leaned forward, resting my elbows on my knees. My mind spun with 1,000 unanswered questions. Emma had made her choice without me, but I still had one choice left. I could let this break me, or I could face it head on. My phone sat on the table, taunting me. I picked it up, scrolling through my contacts until I found the name, Henry Clark, her lawyer. I gritted my teeth and pressed call. My heart pounded as the line connected. "Henry Clark's office? How can I help you?" I took a deep breath, steadying my voice. "My name is David Lopez. I was told to contact Mr. Clark regarding my wife, Emma Lopez." A brief hesitation. "Yes, Mr. Lopez. Please hold." I tightened my grip on the phone. My mind raced. What is she hiding? A soulless hold music played in my ear, stretching the silence. My fingers tapped against my knee as I tried to control my breathing. Finally, a voice came through. "Mr. Lopez." I sat up straight. "This is Henry Clark." His voice was calm, professional, but there was something else, a slight edge. "I was expecting your call," he said. "Can we schedule a meeting for tomorrow?" I swallowed hard. I'd prefer to meet today. "I'm afraid that won't be possible," he said, his tone firm. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. My office. Just like that, the conversation was over. No explanations, no reasoning. Just like Emma's call. The next morning, I stood outside Henry Clark's office building, staring up at the reflective glass. Windows. I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd need a lawyer. I inhaled deeply and stepped inside. The scent of polished wood and fresh coffee filled the air. "Mr. Lopez," the receptionist greeted me. "Mr. Clark is waiting for you." She led me down a quiet hallway to a sleek, modern office. Henry Clark sat behind his desk, well-groomed, silver-rimmed glasses, a composed expression. But as soon as I walked in, something changed. His hand, which had been holding a pen, trembled slightly. His jaw tensed. His composed demeanor cracked. Just for a second. I narrowed my eyes. "Mr. Clark," I said. He blinked quickly and sat up straighter, forcing himself to regain control. I took a seat. My mind was racing. What was that reaction? Why did he suddenly look so uneasy? He cleared his throat, adjusting his glasses. "I'm assuming Emma told you about the proceedings?" I barely nodded. "She told me to talk to you instead of her," I said, my voice sharper than I intended. He flipped open a file, his fingers shaking, slightly. Something in that file was making him nervous. "Mr. Lopez," he said, his tone measured. "This is a simple case. Emma is filing for divorce and we're here to discuss asset division." I cut in. "Why?" He looked up. "Excuse me? Why is she doing this?" I asked, my voice firm. "Why now?" Henry let out a slow breath. He hesitated. "Emma believes this is what's best for both of you," he said carefully. I leaned forward. "What aren't you telling me?" For the first time, the silence between us felt heavy. He avoided my gaze. Guilt. Something was wrong. I didn't move. I just watched him. Henry shuffled in his chair. His fingers tapped against the file. His body language screamed hesitation. I spoke again, my voice low. "Mr. Clark, I asked you a simple question. Why is my wife divorcing me?" His lips pressed into a thin line. He exhaled slowly, took off his glasses, and placed them beside the paperwork. "Mr. Lopez," he started cautiously. My heart pounded. "There's something you should know." A pause. Then, carefully choosing his words, he said, "There's been a recent change in your financial situation." I frowned. "What are you talking about?" He hesitated again. Then finally he flipped forward a few pages and pushed a document toward me. I glanced down. It was an official financial statement, and then I saw the number, $113,000. My mind went blank. "What is this?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Henry clasped his hands together. "It's your inheritance." I felt my stomach drop. A distant relative. A great uncle I barely knew. And then it hit me. Emma had known about this before I did. She had filed for divorce the moment the legal documents were finalized. And just like that, I knew. This wasn't about love. This was about money.